Okay, great. Hi everyone. Thanks very much for having the opportunity to present here. It's really good, and unfortunately I have to follow Danny's talk, which is going to be tricky, but we'll go for it. I run a platform called Journecology. Me and my partner founded it last year, and it's about creating engaging media for worldwide scientific research. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a hybrid of journey and ecology, so travel and science, particularly travel and conservation science. So we feature places from around the world and scientific research, as well as hybridizing that with great travel opportunities. So firstly, we're going to take a little bit of a step back and discuss why we do science communication. And I think, when I think about science communication, particularly in the context of this conference, which is planetary well-being, I kind of think that we want to engage people who have the potential to be really interested in science, and also to then go on and benefit the world, essentially, and benefit the well-being of our planet. So really that's my aim, and also for people to have fun while they're doing it and have a good time, and to learn something too. So I think there's an important word in this sentence which I kind of summed it up. This is just my perspective. There are many different reasons why people do science communication, but I kind of put it as to engage those who have the potential to be interested in science and make positive change. I think potential is a really important word in this context, because I feel like we need to target our science communication as well. It's no good just throwing everything out there and hoping for the best. It's targeted science communication is really important, and for that we have to know who we're going to engage with, what kind of thing they're going to be looking for, and what kind of communities are going to want to engage with your science. So here's a little circle of people who care about science in the world, and it is unfortunately quite small. And I think it's very easy in the community to be stuck within, I think pretty much all of us, I hope all of us in the room are in that little, it's pretty easy to throw a lot of ideas around between each other and basically communicate with each other a lot, and it's quite hard to step outside that bubble. It's great to do it to each other. We learn a lot, and we love to learn about different types of science, and I love to learn about like astronomy and physics and stuff, which is not necessarily my background, but I think it's really important to step outside that, because there's a much bigger bubble of people who could care about science. And then at the same time, there are people who really won't ever care, and can throw as much science communication, as much really great factual information at Donald Trump, and he will just never listen. So I think sometimes it's about net gain. It's about knowing you don't want to waste your energy throwing science at people who just aren't ever going to listen. And I think travel's a really interesting one, because this is my amazing scientific graph, which has got so much coding behind it you won't believe. I think that travel fits somewhere about here. I think I've been a bit unfair, actually. I think they care a little bit more than that. But generally, people who travel, they have the potential to care. They're doing it because they're quite open-minded people. There's only very few people who really, traveling, who really don't care about the environment around them. They don't care about what they're doing. So I believe that there's a really good targeted community there to get people interested in science. Yeah, as I said, they're open-minded. They're very kind of impressionable. You can give someone, when you're traveling, a recommendation, and they will take it without really thinking twice. Some people do more research, but a lot of them just do it on the fly, and then you give them some information and they will, I was talking to Alex earlier about this, and I was saying, oh, you could tell someone that a tiger temple is absolutely fantastic, it's great, the animals aren't drugged, they're really happy, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, and then they'll go. So you just have to, basically, if we can use this for good, that's really important. I think there are certain places in the world where that is really, really important, how to make sure that we guide people on doing responsible travel, eco-travel, and that kind of thing. And also they share a lot with each other. They share so much content with each other. They tell their friends. They're very visual. They work off videos, they work off photos, that kind of thing. So this is the kind of goal of Journecology. So we're going to take an example person who might come onto the platform and take you through what we hope that we will achieve by doing this. So we grab them by using engaging travel content. This is generally the best method to do it, because it's simple, it's short, it's quick, it's engaging, it's visually interesting, and those travellers will then be sucked onto the platform on whatever social media site, or whether it's the website or whatever. And then we guide them on to a responsible travel initiative or an eco-travel initiative. So I'm using the example of Machu Picchu, where I visited last year. We did the Inca Trail with this company, called Along the Path, a very responsible company who cares a lot about the nature around them when they're on the trail, and also cares a lot about their workers and their porters. So it's a social thing as well. And I think it's really important, this link here is possibly the most important, to get people from doing just whatever travel to doing a kind of responsible environmental travel initiative. Once they've done that, these organisations will get money, manpower, they'll get shared, they'll be able to create outputs, and that in turn can create SCICOMM, and can create interesting scientific outputs that people will want to read and they'll learn about and that will educate people. And then you'll get this feedback where those people who've gone into these initiatives will then go back and want to do more, and want to do more like that, and hopefully this kind of cycles, and you get more and more people involved in eco-travel and responsible travel initiatives, and that all results in more conservation. So how do we do this? Well, here's another graph I made in R, definitely. And this is like, yeah, so this is like my amazing gradient of travel and science and how easy it is to engage. I think it's very important when doing science communication, you target your audience, you also give them different levels on which to engage. So you don't go throw people straight into the deep end, you give them something simple, and if they like it, they can look at more. So we focus on videos a lot. Short videos, the short ones you see, the square ones you see on Twitter or on Facebook, those kind of videos, that's what we focus on. And if they're interested and they really like it, you know, they might watch something longer that we've made. Then there's photos, again, very digestible, very easy. This is all on the bottom because we've only been kind of going a year, and this is the best way to get people involved in what you're doing. Then we have more in-depth articles and articles about eco-travel, and then right at the top right, the most difficult thing for like general people is an actual article about research. And we hope that in some way people will get from this left-hand side to this right-hand side. The real tricky bit and the real important bit is that middle section. It's about getting people from the travel onto the kind of more scientific, more conservation-based kind of ideas, and that's what we're kind of focusing on, testing a few different things out. And something that I think might go really well, going back to what Caitlin was saying earlier, is a podcast, and I'm thinking about setting one of those up. And I think that's a really good way to kind of get people from just, you know, we can talk about travel, we can talk about science, and it can be really informal, and I think that would potentially be a really good way of getting people across that way. And people will take whatever different route they want. These are, you know, trend lines that I plotted with, yeah, so intense code, I was up all night doing that one. So they might go via the travel stuff and eventually get into the research articles, or they might go a video route. And some people might not want to do it, and I think that's absolutely fine, because don't force people to be involved in your science. I had some questions last time which were kind of about, oh, well, the person, they won't understand my science, they don't get it, they don't get it. I'm like, that's okay, like, you're not going to get everybody to be totally engaged in your science. Just let them do what they want, and maybe they'll come back another time, or maybe they'll tell their friends, and their friend will be more involved. So that's the goal. So we use a whole variety of different social media platforms. Facebook is what we focused on, because it's got kind of biggest, most broad range. Twitter's a bit more specific, it's a bit more scientific, it's a bit more discussive. Facebook's very good for visual. Instagram's also very good for visual, but that's something that we've only just started up really, and of course we've got trying to throw stuff onto YouTube as well. So all of these different social platforms can be used in totally different ways, and it's about knowing how each of those work, and basically that's a learning process. And sometimes we fail miserably, we put something out and nothing's happened, and sometimes it's gone off, yeah, absolutely viral. So it totally depends, and that's all in the learning process. What do we kind of do for researchers? Well, this is something that we really want to get into now that we've got quite a lot of travel content out there. We want to get more scientific content out there, and that's something that recently we've done a little bit of. What do we offer researchers? What do we offer academics? That's what you're interested in. So we feature research and we feature products. We both have scientific backgrounds. So we know pretty much what you're talking about, enough that we can communicate it effectively to people. We do this through videos. Again, we do the short videos, we do longer documentaries, we do articles and photo galleries and that kind of thing. So if we feature someone, they will give us all the information, they will provide us with the footage, they'll provide us with photos, and we'll just put that together on a nice looking page. For example, this was from Bristol University about dwarf mongooses, and they provide us with the footage, and we made a short video for them, and they were really pleased with that. That went out and got really well received. So that was a paper that was just released a few weeks ago, really. And comments of that were really kind of supportive, and people really enjoyed learning about the research that way and the outputs. And then There's also projects where we actually go to the place. This is a bad example because I didn't actually go to that one. I was in the same place at one point, but yeah, you can have, by the end of it, you have this whole page with various different outputs, a nice video, a little description, and a link to the website and that kind of thing. So we just want a place where we can put everything, put all the research that we can compile and we can communicate onto one nice looking place and across a whole variety of different social media channels. It's a lot of work, and I also have a day job, so this is exhausting. But we'll get there, I think. And it's just now a matter of talking to more people, connecting with more people, telling people what we do, and telling people that it's also possible to do themselves. Like, you don't have to go through someone like us. You know, you can go out there with a camera and film stuff yourself and learn and work it out. And I think it's really important because it's that, as we heard in the plenary this morning, it's that disconnect we have where we really need to now connect with the general public and help them understand what we're doing. And if you're not comfortable with that, that's absolutely fine. You focus on doing the research, but if you want to give it a go, and it might work out really well. Does it work? Well, we've been featured by quite a few nice places. This is a mixture of travel and also some scientific organisations as well. It's working. The BBC Earth footage of the white dolphins clocked up over 700,000 views within like a week, and that was. You know, they shared that on their platform, and that was amazing, and that went under the kind of Blue Planet marketing thing. We've had stuff from it shared on the Peru's National Tourism Board and that kind of thing. So it does work. Obviously, people like it. It's just about getting more content out there now. And here's some nice testimonials that we've received over the time. Some of these will be on Facebook videos, but most of these are actually from researchers who we've done a little bit of work for. So I thought it was more appropriate to have their feedback on this. Yeah, so what do we want now? We want to talk to more people, and we want more people to get involved. So, and also, I think my final message is that everyone can do it. You don't need someone to do it for you, but if you want, it can really help, and we really kind of enjoy doing it and want to share all this amazing research that people do. So, if anyone has any questions, do let me know.